Good afternoon. My name is Danielle Brown and I represent the student-led protest. On Monday, November 24th at 9:20 a.m., we will walk out of school to protest the treatment by the Norman High administration of multiple known rape victims who are physically threatened, harassed, and bullied out of our school. We appreciate the momentum our movement has gained, but it is worthless without change. We hope that our effort shines the spotlight on bullying and that Norman High takes steps to ensure victims can go to school safely. We will present Mr. Beck with our list of demands on Monday. We ask that students walk out in silence and stand with us throughout the school day in honor of the victims. For more information and to support our movement, visit us on Facebook at Yes All Daughters.
What are your demands?
We'll present them to Mr. Beck on Monday.
Let's talk about Yes All Daughters. Is that an organization? Why?
It was kind of the brainchild of the students and some adult volunteers that got involved when Danielle brought this to us a couple weeks ago.
What does it mean? What is the movement behind Yes All Daughters?
Well, the idea is that it could be anyone's daughter, that these girls are all our daughters.
Is the campaign like the Yes All Women campaign that's been online for a while now?
That's kind of what it came out of. Somebody in our group suggested Yes All Daughters and mentioned the Yes All Women, and that's where it came from.
Would you say the main cause of this is to raise awareness in the public eye, or are you wanting some changes specifically here in the school?
Both. We want to see a spotlight put on the bullying issue, specifically here at Norman High, and also address the problem of victim blaming in our culture. We think that plays a large part in what happened to the girls here.
Do you guys feel that the school handled this particular situation correctly? And if not, what would you like to see change in the future?
Does anybody want to answer that?
Don't do that to me. We don't feel that it was handled correctly. These girls are not in school. They want to be in school, and they have been bullied out. Nobody's taking care of these girls. We have at least 3 students that are no longer in school because of what has happened. 3 young ladies that are either on homeschool, have been transferred out of this school, or just not going at all. Straight A student.
And this is all from the same incident, or
No.
No,
These
multiple
are
incidents.
Multiple incidents involving the same young man. 3 victims that we have been in touch with and that we know filed police reports.
Do you know these incidents, they happen on campus, off campus? What do you know as far as...
I don't know that we can talk about that right now.
what about? Okay, so there's 3 different women who have been in touch with you guys, saying that they're a victim of the same guy. Why are they not at school anymore?
Well, the cases are all a little bit different, but it all centered around bullying. One of the girls, the very first day that she came back to school, didn't make it in the front doors before she was attacked by a mob of students who bullied her before she could get in the front door after she was brave enough to come back after being raped.
What do you think the school can do if a situation like this arises again and a alleged victim comes back to school? What do you think the school should do to prevent what happened, which you just said happened last time?
They need to start listening to these girls. Stop dismissing them.
And you said you're Danielle's mom, right?
I am Danielle's mom.
So what does this mean to you to be standing here next to her as a parent of NHS?
I am extremely proud of her for speaking up and protecting these girls, speaking for them.
And I mean, does this hit home just as a mom too?
Oh, absolutely. I have 2 young girls. My other daughter is right over here in Norman High. So.
Danielle, we've talked a lot with your mom and your aunt. How do you feel about all this? Why did you get involved? Why are you stepping forward?
It could have been anyone. It could have been me. So I would want this support if it had happened to anyone else.
And so are you friends with all 3 of these girls, or one in particular?
I've known one of them for a while. The other 2 I've met recently, and I've become friends with them.
Danielle, can we ask you, what's school been like, I guess, for you since you guys have started this group and have kind of come forward spearheading this?
I don't really know how to answer that question.
Have things changed for you?
How are people treating you at school?
Really.
People talking about
People aren't aware that I am part of this until probably right now. So
Surprise.
Yeah.
Talk about the climate of the school in general. You talk about bullying. Is this the norm, or is it just now coming to light? Has this always been a problem at Norman?
It's always been a problem, but I've never heard of something this mean, like something raping about, and, oh my gosh, bullying about something like this. I don't really know.
It's kind of hard to wrap my head around, at least. I mean, what you were just talking about, a mob attacking a girl who is
Let
a
me
victim?
restate that. She was verbally attacked when she tried to walk in the school. It was a group of girls who came up to her and threatened her. She just made it to the doors her first day back.
I guess I can't even understand how that happened.
Neither do we, and that's why we're here, and that's why we wanted to raise our voices on their behalf, because they're silent right now. Two of these girls have just said, I just want to go back to school. I just want to be a normal teenager.
How was this walkout on Monday going to happen? What is the plan? What are y'all going to do?
The plan is, this Monday at 9:20 a.m., students are just going to stand up and they are going to walk out of their classes silently and just stand with us all day and protest against the bullying that has been happening.
What will you do in the event that the school doesn't meet your demands?
All we can do is make our voices heard, speak for these girls.
Can you tell us at least a little bit about what the demands are? You know,
Really, it's to implement anti-bullying education, maybe to have a victim advocate when something this horrific happens. It's stuff that we're still kind of working on, the kids and the adults that are involved. So we'll have that on Monday.
Do you guys feel like the guy was disciplined, or do you have any problems with the way that the school handled the actual allegations, or is it just the bullying?
It's our understanding that he was either suspended or expelled pretty quickly, but his friends remained on campus to taunt and torment these girls.
Danielle, the three girls that you know who are involved in this, how are they doing?
They're struggling. They're having a really tough time. They want to come to school. They can't. I don't know. They just want to.
It's okay.
Yeah. They're struggling. That's all I can really say.
It's kind of a horrible thing for them to all have in common, but it seems like it's making some sort of difference. I mean, you guys are all standing here right now.
We are. And we'll be here Monday.
And are you guys going to bring notes or anything to get excused from class, or are you just going to walk out?
No. Two this semester and one last spring.
Was there an incident of bullying in the spring semester that you felt the school should have stepped up in the spring?
That case is kind of complicated, and I don't think I can answer that.
And are all three of these cases rape cases?
Yes.
All involving the same?
Yes.
I guess my question that just popped up is, he was just now, according to the school, suspended for the rest of the year. What about the first two allegations?
The first, let me back up. There was an allegation last spring, late winter, early spring. The two from this semester were in September, and they were 4 days apart. He was suspended or expelled in the middle of that. That's all the information we have.
Have you guys been in contact with police or anything like that?
I can't answer that.
Because they said that they hope to arrest him.
You can't answer if you've been in touch with the police?
Well, I have talked to the detective briefly.
Okay.
I assisted one of the those.
Yeah, I mean, okay.
What do we know the years for these girls? Okay. But they are young enough that they would still be able to come back for another year or so.
Yes.
All for a change.
Yes.
Well, they're great. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you guys.